Hey y'all, this is Sergeant Dan with Palmetto Edge, and this time what I have for you is an Emerson. Yeah, buddy. This is my Emerson Commander. Let me just start out with some size comparisons. Here it is against my two standard ones that I use, the Benchmade Bug Out, and what's going on here? My Spyderco Paramilitary 2. Excuse me, guys. So if you'll see, as far as length goes, it's real close to the Paramilitary 2, but it's still just a big knife overall. So let me get a couple more of my bigger knives in here to have fun with and compare to. Here's the Kaiser Sheepdog XL and my Strider SMF. So yeah, I mean, you can see, although it was comparable to the PM2, it kind of more or less fits into the category of size with these guys, okay? So let's get, let me get these put up safely again, especially this one. Let's get this one put up real safely and out of the way, and talk about some specifications on this one. So the blade is 3.75 inches. Overall length is 8.75 inches. It is 154 cm steel. Let's see, is it marked on here? No, he don't have it marked on here, but it is 154 cm steel. The grind is a V grind with a chisel edge. So what that means is, as you can see, there's a grind here and a grind here, but then you have the edge on this side that you can see right there that I've got highlighted. You got the edge there, but you don't have an edge on this side. So the edge essentially looks, the sharpened edge essentially looks like this. So you got your V grind that then goes down to the edge on this one without that V grind just continues all the way to the edge. So your sharpened edge actually looks, best I can display, kind of like this, okay? And that's how it is on most Emerson knives. Let's see, you got G10 handles, very rough, very aggressive G10 scales on these, titanium liners, got some barrel spacers on here. You got your standard Emerson pocket clip. Got a lanyard hole, as you can see, and I've got an Emerson lanyard on it, which I'll touch on later. Thumb disc opener there, and of course your Emerson wave. Okay, you can't have an Emerson without the Emerson wave, right? So yeah, that's about it on specs. Now let me get into the nuts and bolts review of this thing. Let me start out by saying that I have wanted an Emerson for a very long time. And Emersons tend to be one of these things that people either love or they hate. And let me just go ahead and say from the get-go, I love it. I absolutely love this knife. One thing that Emerson says, he holds no bones about it. He says, my knives are made to be fighting knives. They are made for combat. They are made to be used in self-defense. They are made for fighting. They're not made for looking at. They're not made for being fancy. They're made for fighting. And so maybe in the past, Emerson has let some quality issues kind of pass through that you know, really astute knife people didn't appreciate. But I can say, based on the example that I have here, I've got no complaints. The blade centering is absolutely fine. If I can get the right angle on it. Come on now. All right, it's just a little bit to this side, but nothing to gripe about. Deployment is wonderful. Emersons have a break-in period. Mine's still kind of in that break-in period, but I can, if you saw my unboxing of it, I couldn't get it to flick open, but now I can, okay? So yeah, but I mean, it's smooth. It is actually on some kind of Teflon, special Teflon washers. Emerson doesn't use just your standard thin white ones. He uses some kind of special Teflon washers, and that's what they're on. The thumb stud or the thumb disc, I love the thumb disc. I love how it works. I love the deployment with that. It feels great in hand. Got this good big finger choil here with some jimping on that lock bar there. Okay, so you can get a really good grip on it. The texturing on the G10 is very, very aggressive. You got some jimping here, so you lock up good on this knife. You got the ramp here with the wave and some more jimping there. So I mean, when you're holding this knife, you're holding it. It's not going anywhere unless you want it to. Okay. Emerson makes his knives using the hardware on it using flathead and Phillips head, and that's because a lot of times when you're out in the field or something like that and you have to do some kind of repair or something with your knife, most of the time that's the kind of tools you'll have, not some fancy, Torx stuff. Okay, now granted, if you're using a knife like this, maybe you ought to be smart and have a Torx set on you, but got no problem with him using the hardware that he has. Lockup on it is absolutely wonderful. It is titanium against steel, so you're gonna have some lock stick. Okay, the lock stick is nothing that I'm concerned about, nothing that would bother me on a knife like this, because in all reality, that lock stick is just another level of assurance that this knife isn't going to close up on me when I don't want it to. Okay, and with it being a knife made for self-defense and combat, you don't want it closing up on you in combat, okay? Or in a self-defense situation. So that lock stick, although it's something that will quite possibly go away with wear and time, with it being there right now, doesn't bother me one bit. It's not like it's an unbearable amount. You might can hear it. Listen. Okay, so, I mean, it's not anything that I have to get two hands on and fight to undo. Okay, it's easily still undone with one hand. Okay, let's see, it's 154 cm steel, which is absolutely fine. Let's see, the grind on it. Emerson does that particular kind of grind on it to make it easier to sharpen in the field if you need to. With the V grind on the edge. That way you only have one side you have to worry about sharpening, and then just knocking the burr off the other side and you're good to go. Okay. The wave feature is absolutely wonderful. The way that works, if you're not aware, this knife sits in your pocket, and as you draw it out of your pocket, you snag that and boom, knife opens. That is the fastest way to deploy a knife in existence. It's faster than any assisted open, any automatic open, anything like that, because with those kind of knives, so here's an automatic. Okay, so with this kind of knife, I still have to draw it out of my pocket and then actuate something. Okay, same with an assisted open. Okay, you still have to draw it out of your pocket and then take a secondary step to actuate something to get it open. Okay, whereas with this one, just the simple act of drawing it out of your pocket opens it, and it's ready to go. Absolutely love that. It's big, it's beefy, it's sturdy, it's a good big size. I love the blade shape. I think I said this one's, I lose track of what I say, people. So this one is the Emerson Commander. Where is it? There we go, Commander. They do make this one in a few different sizes. So there's the Super Commander, which is a 4-inch blade, and then the Mini Commander, which is a 3.5-inch blade. So this is the middle ground. This is the one that's 3 3/4-inch blade. What else? I don't know. I love it so much. I love this knife, y'all. So let me talk about price. Price on one of these, now this is directly from Emerson, is $260.95. That's, that's expensive for a knife. You might even think that that's expensive for the kind of knife that you're getting here. When there's a knife that I will be using primarily for self. Now, that's one thing about these knives. They can be used for EDC, okay? I mean, this is a good size, good shape for EDC tasks, okay? So it can absolutely be used for that. But if it's a knife that I have or am getting that's primary purpose would be self-defense, what kind of price are you going to put for, saving your own life, and then again at the price too, I just pulled it up off screen over here from Blade HQ. When they ever have them in stock, your Commander, just the standard Commander, like this one, is $235. Okay, so $260 directly from Emerson, $235 from Blade HQ. Yeah, that's a little better. But what can I say? It's I love it. Absolutely love it. There's people out there that would never pay that much for one of these, and to each their own. I get where they're coming from, but I love the Emersons. I love the idea behind them. I love the design of them. That $235 for one of these. That seems fair to me. That seems okay to me. Are there cheaper options? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're talking significantly cheaper. I don't know why I don't have this one with me, but Emerson and Kershaw got together a few years ago and made a line of Kershaw Emersons, and they're all just about $50 or less, okay? But they're still designed the same. Now, most of them are smaller than this one. They're not, they don't have the good premium G10 that this does. They don't have the titanium liners. They're a much cheaper steel. They're like HCR13 or maybe even Alsate or something like that, okay? But, I mean, if you like the idea of the Emerson knife with the wave and deploying when you pull it out of your pocket and being used for self-defense as well as, possibly EDC stuff, then there's certainly the Kershaw line of Emersons, and there's a bunch of different options for them, just like there's a bunch of different options for Emerson brand knives. So, I implore you, if the price has really got you held up, go check out the Kershaw Emersons. Otherwise, man, I absolutely love this knife. I actually got this one for Father's Day from my wife in a Father's Day gift pack sort of deal that Emerson had that was in a ammo can, and there was a t-shirt, and there were stickers, and there was a mug, and there was a bag of Black Rifle coffee, and there was a challenge coin, and there was a keychain, and there was this lanyard, which I absolutely love this lanyard too, by the way. If you've seen my review, I've actually done a review on one of the Kershaw Emersons. If you've seen my review on that one, I bought a lanyard very similar to this one with the Emerson skull bead on it and everything, and hated that one. Absolutely hated that one. But this one, directly from Emerson, I love it. It's the right size. It's the right length. The loop on it here was the right size to get it to fit on the knife good. Yeah, guys, I mean, again, I know Emersons are something that either people love or hate, and I'm in the love category. This knife has almost not left my pocket ever since I got it. Absolutely love it, y'all. So if you're on the fence about Emersons, I can tell you that I love it, and I would recommend you get one. if you know you love Emerson's without ever having seen one, held one, but I don't know how you would do that. But, I mean, all I can give you is my opinion, guys. And my opinion is that these are great knives. The prices on them are fine. And I love it. To each his own. Like I said, there's people out there that hate Emerson's. I'm not one of them. Okay, so I'm just telling you that up front. I'm not one of them. So, yeah, either if you're interested, definitely get you an Emerson. Or if you're questioning it, if you're like, I don't know for sure, get you one of the Kershaw Emersons. Try that out for a little while. See how you like it. And then upgrade to a full-fledged Emerson. Okay? So you got options. You always got options, guys. So thank y'all for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Go check out my Instagram. It's at Palmetto Edge. I try and do at least one daily knife picture. Sometimes I have the day off and out in the yard having fun or something like that, and I wind up taking multiples and stuff like that. But there's always at least one picture a day. So go check that out, guys. Again, thank y'all for watching, and y'all have a good one.